On March 30th, Apple announced the WWDC 2021, which is going to take place virtually from June 7th to 11th. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you what to expect, but before we get started, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This video is sponsored by SetTap, an incredible cross-platform suite which gives you access to over 200 iOS and macOS applications without any additional cost. You only need to pay for your subscription and choose the apps that you would like to use. Now, a great benefit is that you can start a 7-day trial for free when you use the link listed down below in the description. So starting off, the WWDC is Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference, and it's going to happen from June 7th to the 11th, but the keynote is going to be on June 7th. The conference goes on until the 11th with one-on-one labs for developers, online sessions, and a lot more. And as always, Apple is expected to present the future of its software, such as iOS 15, iPadOS 15, watchOS 8, macOS 12. So apparently Apple is transitioning from macOS 11 to 12 for the first time. It's not going to be 11 point something, and a lot more. So before we get started, let's talk a little bit about the WWDC. This year's conference is going to be digital, just like last year's. And last year, the great thing about a digital conference was that it was extremely accessible to everyone. So a lot more developers had access to it. Apple used to charge $1,600 for the conference, so this is definitely more inclusive and a great experience for developers. According to Tim Cook, last year's WWDC had over 22 million viewers. Apple was able to produce 72 hours of content and video for developers, and they did hold 4,500 one-on-one labs. And this year, they expect to produce even more content, and they expect the conference to be even bigger. In the invite, Apple says that the Apple Worldwide Developers Conference is coming to a screen near you June 7 to 11. Join the worldwide developer community for an all-online program with exciting announcements, sessions, and labs at no cost. You'll get a first look at the latest Apple platforms, tools, and technologies so you can create your most innovative apps and games yet. And then right after, in the press release, Susan Prescott, Apple's Vice President of Developer Relations, said, "We love bringing our developers together each year at WWDC to learn about our latest technologies and to connect them with Apple engineers. We are working to make WWDC 2021 our biggest and best yet, and are excited to offer Apple developers new tools to support them as they create apps that change the way we live, work, and play." So they're definitely playing on a bigger conference, which is going to be great for developers and even more inclusive than last year's. And before we jump into more information about iOS 15 and possible products that we may see at the WWDC, let's talk just a little bit about the invite. I don't know if you guys remember, but last year, Craig Federighi opened the MacBook at the M1 Mac event. He had pink light shining and reflecting on his face, and this turned into a huge meme. I've been seeing this meme even these days, so it was definitely something huge. And Apple kind of referenced this scene in the invite. So as you can see, the invite's image has a memoji looking at a MacBook. The animation shows a memoji opening a MacBook. The pink light reflects on the memoji's face, same thing. But the different thing here is the addition of a glass. So jokes aside, this is when people started wondering if we're going to see the Apple Glass announcement or some information about it at this keynote. But before we talk about this, let's talk a little bit about iOS 15. So as you guys know, last year Apple released iOS 14, and this update had a lot of design changes. It was kind of like a big overhaul for iOS. So whenever this happens, Apple usually releases kind of like updates in the next year just to improve the user experience. They don't usually change the design a lot or anything like that. So this is what's expected for iOS 15. Improvements for iOS 14, if you know what I mean. So unfortunately, we don't have a lot of information so far about what to expect of iOS 15, but 9to5Mac has a concept of 50 plus ways Apple could refine the iPhone experience with iOS 15. And they have great ideas, and I'm going to share a few of them with you guys right now. So first off, they believe that iOS 15 can have a easier way for us to customize our home screen. So we could have the option to resize existing widgets. So change the size of the widgets according to what we want and not like actually choose one of the 3 sizes available. We could possibly have the app library with the spotlight all together. So as they say here, swipe down from any home screen page to see Siri suggestions or launch any app from an alphabetical list. This would be extremely convenient, and they also suggest the option to rearrange and delete pages. Something else they think could happen is more information regarding privacy. So we could have launch screens and privacy labels, that's how they call it. So after an update, apps on our iPhones could let us know if they had any privacy updates and which information they are going to be able to access from our phones. So this would be definitely a plus. And something extremely interesting about FaceTime is that they believe that Apple could introduce remote screenshots, schedule FaceTime calls, and easy to start and stop. So if you guys are interested in this article, I left the link down below in the description because they added a lot of detail and it's extremely interesting to read. So if you want detail, go ahead and read it because it's extremely nice. Then moving on to stocks, you would be able to track your positions in stocks. So you would have integration with apps, track your positions, and the news tab. So you would be able to read business news in an all new standalone tab, which is extremely convenient. Tracking your positions in real time is also extremely convenient. So I'm sure a lot of users would love that. And more features to the keyboard. So as they say here, favorite section, easy to favorite and delete favorites. So as you can see, on the image, you would be able to have the option to press and hold your finger and swipe all the way to the right when choosing an emoji to favorite this emoji. I know that all the emojis that you use the most or the ones that you used like how do you say, when you use like for the last time appear on this front section, but you would have the option to actually favorite the ones that you want. So this is definitely convenient. 9to5Mac also believes that they could introduce the Keychain app with more information for passwords, quick copy, 2-factor built in, so you would be able to copy your codes for specific applications. And I really loved this feature that they suggest, nightstand mode. Basically, whenever you attach your iPhone to a MagSafe charger, which is also a stand, your iPhone would go immediately to nightstand mode. So you would have the alarm clock to see your alarm clock time right on your iPhone's display at all times through the night. And then when you awake, the display will illuminate if your Apple Watch determines you're awake, which is ideal for late at night. I really like this feature. It would be really nice if it happens. And Apple acquired Dark Sky last year, which is a weather app. And they are right now at the weather app, they use information from the Weather Channel and Dark Sky. So 9to5Mac suggests that they could use more information from Dark Sky and have even more detail about weather. So they list here, more glanceable, see more information like the highs and lows at a glance, dark sky integration, more accurate precipitation information and notifications of upcoming rain. So for example, it could tell us it's gonna rain from 2 to 2:15 p.m., something very specific. And quick widget adding, tap and hold a location to add a new widget to your home screen. Then they also give us suggestions about the HomePod and HomePod Mini and the Apple's HomeKit. And the final one is about MagSafe accessories. So they suggest that we would be able to check information about MagSafe accessories like model numbers, release dates, and more. Disable animations if we want. So disable the animations that appear when you connect a MagSafe accessory to the back of your iPhone. And also see a list of any connected MagSafe accessories like cases, wallets, chargers, and mounts. So again, this is a concept from 9 to 5 Mac, but I thought it was extremely interesting, and the link is listed down below in the description if you're interested in reading it. So last but not least, let's talk about possible products that Apple may release at the WWDC. So Apple is not known for releasing devices at the WWDC, but they did that on 2017 and 2019. So if we consider this difference of this 2-year difference from 2017 to 2019 and think that this could be a trend from 2019 to 2021, we also have a 2-year difference. So if Apple is trying to make this a trend, we could see the release of announcement of a device. It's important to consider that Apple is transitioning its Mac lineup from Intel processors to Apple Silicon processors. So we're currently waiting for new iMacs, the new MacBook Pros, and a lot more. So they could use this keynote to talk about them. And talking about the Apple Glass, we talked a little bit about this when talking about the invitation. And we know it's all speculation at this point, but if Apple decides to tease it at the event, this would be definitely dedicated for developers. We know that the WWDC is dedicated to developers, and they would be able to develop applications for the Apple Glass. So definitely Apple would be promoting the product, but mainly focusing on developers. And as we know, this product may be in development and may be released in 2022, but we have no definite information so far. And these are all the news for you guys related to the WWDC 2021. Let me know down below in the comments if you're excited about this keynote and this conference and what you want to see, if you want to see new products, if you are okay with the new iOS, macOS, iPadOS. I would love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.